To see details of specific permits, you can come away from the work permit dashboard section down to the work permit module. And over here then you can come to the work permit menu item. Click on that and this will show you the details of all the work permits on your system. Note, depending on the width of your screen, you might have more or less columns, and you can control the number of columns that are visible over here as well. So we can come down here and just see, add in more columns or less, depending on your own requirements. So we'll see all the permits. The most recent will be at the top. You see the status of the permits. You also see some of them are marked overdue. So if a permit is valid from 9 to 4 and it's not completed, it's not closed by 4 o'clock, then you'll get a message and it'll also show up in the status here. The other bits to explain here is I can add a new work permit using this button. I can come in and search for existing permits as well. So there's a number of filters here that you can use, and you can go through and select the filter. After you've made your selection, okay, then you can hit the apply search, and that will then return down on the bottom of the page the number of permits that meet your criteria at the top. And if you want to close that, you can clear the filters, and to get rid of that again, just hit the search column. We have an option to export the data to Excel, and we also have an option to come in and look at the permits individually. And if you come down here then as well, I can edit an existing permit, I can copy an existing permit, I can view a permit, and I can print it from here. The edit will take me in directly to the permit itself. The copy will allow me to take an existing permit that's already there and make another copy of it. So I'm just going to choose one permit over here. I'll choose this one. I'm going to hit copy. And what happens then is there are a number of fields on the permit, and I can choose which of these permits I want to copy from the old one forward to the new one. And in that case then I can select all or some. If I hit copy, then a new permit will be created with a new number, and I can continue there as well. The caveat obviously is you need to review all the details that are there and make sure they're up to date. This copy function might be handy as well, because you could actually create generic permits, okay, for certain activities. Have the generic permit here and then copy that permit to today and so forth. One thing to note is that if you had it, say for example, a contractor log in into the system, the contractor will only see the permits that they're associated with, and they will not see the rest of your permits, so their view will be limited, but they will certainly see all the previous permits that they'd have had used and their visits. And in that case it might be handy for a contractor to go back to an older permit and copy it forward, and then just update the details and make them specific for the visit today if they're doing a permit to work today. You can also change the number of entries that are on the page over here, and down below here we have a page counting system as well.